princesses! Today I'm going to be doing a full face of first impressions. This is the first time I've ever done a video like this and you guys did request it, so I hope that it's not going to be too long because I do tend to ramble a little bit. So I've got this massive box of things that I bought during March, and to be honest a lot of these are skincare products, so I'm going to be picking all of my products out of this box. So for foundations, I've got 2 stick type foundations and 3 liquid ones. I've got the Clio, which is too dark. The Misha looks really nice, as well as the Holika, whereas on the stick side I have the Play 101 stick, which is really interesting, and the Holika Cover Amazing Super Fit Found Stick, which I'm basically got because it's merged 3 names into one. But today I think I'm going to be trying the Play Stick. I was kind of surprised about how little you actually got in the foundation sticks. There wasn't very much at all, but I was impressed by the colour. It's a pretty good colour. So I'm going to attempt to blend it out with a cushion puff because that's what I would usually be using. Wow, that covered nothing. So it blends out really nicely and easily with a cushion puff, but the coverage isn't very full and it doesn't seem to go very far. So because there's so little product in the actual stick, I feel like I'm going to use it up really quickly, which isn't good because it wasn't that cheap. So that is what one layer looks like. I've got a couple of pimples around here. And I need a little bit of extra coverage just around my eyes at the moment because I didn't quite get enough product in there, so I'm going to go in with a small second layer. And the reason that I'm not putting the stick on the pimples is, of course, I don't want to transfer any bacteria there, so it'd be gross. This seems to build up quite nicely though, so I've got a bit of a better coverage this time. Yep, that looks a whole lot better. I'm really impressed by the colour of this. The only thing that I'm not as impressed with is that it is clinging a little bit to any of the dry skin, and so I've turned down the white balance so that you guys can see a little bit better. So for blushes, I've got these blushes from the Sem. They are kind of like jelly-like consistency blushes. I can't remember what they're called, but they're really quite cool. And then I've also got the Aratam Sugar Ball Velvet blushes. And I've got the 4 colours of those, so they just did release some new colours recently, which is very frustrating. And I really want to try the jelly blushes. I think I'm going to go for the mid-toned pink. I'm going to try using my finger for it. These ones have got a really cool, ooh, that's very pigmented. These ones got a really cool consistency. It's very jelly-like. They remind me a lot of the Maybelline Dream Bouncy blushes, I think they're called. And I'm just using my finger to pat and blend the blusher. It's quite pretty actually. And it's not too hard to blend them into the skin, which is quite nice. I just realised that I didn't actually buy a setting powder, so I'm going to be using the MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Finishing Powder, which I've been using for quite a while. So now that I've set the foundation with the powder, the dry bits are more apparent, and same with the wrinkles around my eyes. It is a little bit chunky there, but that's okay. So for brows, I have the Tony Moly Lovely Eyebrow Pencil, and I haven't used a brow pencil in so long, but the brow pencils in Korea are generally really cheap and they usually work pretty well, so we'll see how this one does. This has a spoolie on the other side so you can comb through your brows, which is great. Helps blend in the colour and get rid of any harsh lines. It's not quite the colour I was expecting. I think I probably would have bought an ash brown colour, but this is pretty warm tone in comparison to what I would usually buy. But it's really easy to use. It gives off quite a lot of pigment too. Oh, it works really nicely in my brow scar too. Not too bad. It's only about, I think, $2 US, so pretty good for $2. I just kind of wish that the end wasn't round, so I wish that it was slanted or something like that, because it would give me a better shape to my brows, but it's so cheap. This is technically cheating because I've used the Clear Butte liquid liner before, but I got the one with the little Sailor Moon top, which is so cute, and I already know that it's a really good eyeliner. So it's technically a new product because I've bought it and I haven't used it in like 2 years, but I have used it before. They're quite comparable to the Dolly Wink liquid liners, which are my holy grail. And like most other people, I'm absolutely rubbish at talking and doing my eyeliner because I will mess it up if I talk. But this is super cute. The top is pretty unnecessary, but you can just take the top off if you're wanting to travel, or if you get a new liquid liner, you can just put the top back on it as well, which is actually quite cool. I mean, I think it looks really cute, but it's not for everybody. So my next step is usually to define my egg yourself. So this is the tear bag when you smile. I have pretty prominent ones already, but with the cameras they wash them out quite badly, and I don't feel like I look quite as happy when I don't have them because I'm used to seeing myself with the eye bags. So for mascara, I have the Fairy Drops Quattro mascara, I think, in the waterproof formula. I think I was actually supposed to buy the Heroin Make one, but I forgot to take it out of my cart, and this one ended up in there instead. I don't actually know what happened, but it's got a really interesting looking wand. It's quite like lumpy, and there is a lot of product down here, so I'm trying to wipe off a lot of it on the outside of the brush, but yeah, there's a lot of excess product. Alright, so I'm assuming that you put the curved side inwards. I don't know if that works best, but let's give it a go. It's not bad. The wand is just so bulky, I'm really worried that I'm going to get mascara on my lash line or my eyelid, which isn't really that problematic because obviously I'm not wearing any eyeshadow. I can literally just wipe it off. But it's still annoying. So the formula is quite watery, so I'm hoping that it dries down soon, because when I look up, my eyelashes actually do touch the top of my eyelid, so I don't want to make any marks, but I'm going to try and do my lower lashes. I'm going to go into the second coat and see if I can get my eyelashes to look even longer. Alright, so the second layer made them look a little bit clumpy, but they're definitely thicker and blacker. Alright, and lastly I have lipstick. So I've been wanting to try out the Etude House Stay My Blooming Lips Talk in the matte formula. So I've got all of the matte shades here, and I can't remember which one is which, so I'm pretty much just going to pick one. Alright, so this is the one that came up on top, and this is shade PK014. And I'm really hoping that they're not too dry and matte, because they're going to make my lips look so old. Oh, that's pretty dry. These are very dry, like to the point where like they don't glide very nicely. I wonder if I had like a moisturizing like lip balm on underneath if they would work any differently, but I'll zoom you in. So this is what it looks like up close. You can see quite a lot of dry skin, but I did pretty well on the lip outline considering I don't have a lip liner. I'm pretty bad at that. And here's what the mascara looks like up close. It's pretty thick, especially on this side. I can see like a really big chunk here. There we go, that's a bit less gross. But I'm not sure if it's really thickening or lengthening. It's pretty, just looks like a really average mascara, I think. So it is the end of my day, and this is what my makeup looks like. I think the foundation itself is actually not too bad. It's not very oily really, so like when I touch it, it's not coming off. There's not really that much excess oil, although there is a little bit obviously. but the only thing that bothers me is that it does look a little bit cakey around my chin, and I'll zoom you close. So it has separated a little bit around my mouth. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the foundation. I really like that the mascara hasn't smudged either. It did dry down, which was great. And I don't have little panda eye rings. My eyeliner is still there. There's no fading. And I did find that I actually missed a couple of spots in my brows. So I'm not 100% on the brow pencil. It was a little bit cheap, and it definitely is the wrong colour for me. And I actually ended up wiping off the lipstick because it was just too dry, it was too horrible, and it was really, really bright. I did notice that that entire collection of mattes are really bright, so there's no pastel shades or any like lighter springtime colours at all. They're all very vibrant shades. Overall, pretty impressed with most of the products. Alright, so that is a full face of first impressions. It was actually quite fun to do, so I might look at doing more of these if I do any more hauls in the future as well. It's very interesting to try something for the first time on camera because then you get a very genuine response, I think. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.